Thank you guys for being here. My name is Kale Rose with dRiFFt Magazine. I am here backstage at the legendary Stubbs Austin with Brother Moses. Thank you guys for being here and taking a few minutes to chat with us.
Of course.
How do you feel about the show tonight?
We're very excited for the show tonight.
Yeah?
This is our first real show in Austin. We did South by 3-4 years ago.
Okay.
And just did like one showcase.
Okay.
And it was weird and wild and doesn't really count.
As happens in Austin during
Yeah.
South by. Now, was that an official showcase show or?
It was at a hot spot called Darwin's Pub.
Okay.
Decent place.
Decent
Yes.
place.
Cool place.
Very fun.
Very thrown together though.
Yeah,
it seemed.
yeah.
And I don't think that was their fault. I think that was the organizers' fault. And then it was throw and go. You know, you show up after driving like 9.5 hours and you put your stuff on stage and you play and then you get back in the car and go home. That was kind of what it was for us.
It was
Very rushed. Yeah.
Now, where are you guys based out of right now?
We're based in New York.
You are?
Yeah,
Okay.
we used to live in Arkansas, so it was closer to drive down here. Yeah.
Okay, so did you come from Arkansas or?
Arkansas today?
For South by?
For South by back then we were from Arkansas.
Okay,
yeah.
that's a little bit better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but you're all the way out from New York now?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Okay. And this is the first stop on the tour?
Yeah.
Yes, we played in New York a couple nights ago, but I don't know if
Okay.
that counts as a tour stop. Right?
Cool. Where's next?
Next is Bryan, Texas
All
tomorrow.
right. Okay. And then you're what, how long is the tour?
2.5 weeks.
2.5 weeks.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Well, let's take a step back. Give me the elevator pitch on Brother Moses. What are you guys about?
Brother Moses is a band with, it feels weird to talk in third person.
No, but it's honestly easier that way.
Yeah. Brother Moses is a band with a lot of live energy who you can go to their show and and dance and cry in the same show.
I have an amazing time.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. What about your background? Tell us about the early years, where you came from, how you got started.
So me and James played music together ever since we were in junior high, and when we moved up to college, we decided to scrap up all the music that we ever made and start new, completely start over, and then it just kind of blossomed from there. We met John Lewis, and then we met Corey, who is the greatest drummer in the world.
Yeah, we were really fortunate. It was just like as soon as we got to college, we didn't really like fit in with the vibe of like the dorm we were in, and we would just go hang out at John Lewis's house. And he was like a couple years older, and he was like he basically let us live there, right? And then we, just playing together for fun, convinced him to like join our band that we were starting, and that was really cool. And then that was 2014, 2015, thereabouts.
It was actually John Lewis that introduced us to Corey.
Okay.
So
Yeah, chain reaction sort of thing.
Very nice. Yeah. Do you feel like it all sort of just fell together and like worked, and it was like fate, or was it a struggle?
Both, I think.
Okay.
It was over a long period of time, but it definitely feels like everything played out the way it was supposed to. Like, like I met James before any of this, in college. Like we were both in like an all-region jazz thing, and I kept up with him on Facebook, and I was like, oh, he's making cool music. And so whenever they came to college, I was like, oh, I want to get to know these guys.
In Arkansas, if you play music, like 80% of everyone else in the state that plays music.
Okay.
Is how it feels. So it's really easy to narrow it down and know who you could be in a band with and who has similar taste as you. It's a really cool place to like get started, because the smallness of it just kind of forces community in that way, and it did feel like it fell into place, but I think it was nurtured by the fact that you just know everybody already, so you know who likes the same stuff as you and who you're going to work well with.
Got it. Yeah, I've noticed, going back and looking at some of like your social media channels and like some of your quote unquote older work, you definitely have like a certain aesthetic to your music, and it sort of seems to be really symbiotic. Like it works for everybody, and it's kind of fun. How much of that is deliberate, that you sat down and went, this is what we're gonna do, this is what we're about, and how much of it was just like natural, like it just happened?
I think in the start of any creative process for us, it's like very natural, and anything is on the table, you know. And then as that progresses and we start to like see, oh, there's kind of a vision that's forming here, then I think that's when we get into the specifics of like, here's the world that we want to build around this music. And that's when it's very intentional, you know.
Okay. Yeah. So you've done some really fun videos. Crazy Eyes. That's a true story, right? if you haven't seen the video, definitely check out Crazy Eyes. But there's a new one out, right?
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
So it just came out yesterday, and well, yesterday when we were recording this. It is kind of centered around living in New York and all the struggle and excitement and pain and frustration that entails.
We have this friend Nora who plays sousaphone in a couple of different bands, like the tuba that wraps around your body and is like the size of a person, and she like has to commute with it all the time. Like, we've seen her out and about just like trying to do life with it, and
Struggling.
we had this idea of wanting to make a video about what John Lewis was talking about, and then she is just like a perfect symbol of like carrying around something with you, trying to fit in when you just feel so out of place, which is how we felt like when we moved there. So that became the focus of the video, is like a crazy day in her life, kind of.
I really like how, you know, the video touches on some really deep, almost dark tones, but it's fun at the same time. Did you intend that when you created the video?
Yeah, I think that's a very central theme. Like, I feel like in all of our almost every song that we play, like there's a lot of emotion behind it. There's a lot of meaning that comes with it, but we try to wrap it in like a very fun, energetic way.
Yeah.
And so that was very much intentional. That we wanted to like make light of like having such a hard time in living there.
Which is not an easy thing to do. So kudos to you. That's really cool. No, I really liked it. I saw it and I was like, wow, I need to watch that again. Really cool. And so you also have an album coming out in March?
Yes, March 6th,
What's going to be called Desperation Pop. And I think a good sneak peek would be to say that there's a celebrity guest appearance.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, there's something we've been holding on to for several years that we finally found a place for on it that we're really excited about.
And before anyone asks, yes, it is really them.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. It is really them. Okay.
We've gotten some confusion about that, but it's real.
Awesome.
100%.
For somebody who's never seen your show live, what should they expect? What's in store?
It's pretty intense choreography.
Backup dancers, right?
We are our own backup dancers, because we can't do that quite yet. But yeah, we try to inject like some really goofy things into our set, and I think that's kind of to make everybody loosen up a little bit and realize that they're doing a really cool thing by coming out and participating in something. We want our shows to be like a participatory thing where we can, like, everybody can just kind of lose themselves for the 40 minutes, 50 minutes, however long it is. So that's really like, that's at least my goal every time it starts, is like try to separate the next 40 or 50 minutes from the rest of the world and just make it like a place where anybody feels comfortable like being themselves and dancing if you want to dance, and like, you know, I don't know, like calling somebody if you want to call somebody, like do whatever you want to do. And we try to just like make a really free environment, and everything's very kind of like calculated by us to try and deliver that. So yeah, that's
But
yes,
no
that's-
pressure on you. I mean, that's no big deal. Just free us all from the weight of the world for an hour.
Yeah, I think it's like you're trying to give back the feeling that performing gives you, which is like
Yeah.
you feel so special and fortunate doing it. And sometimes you feel like the people watching think that they're in a position where they're separate from you and they're supposed to take it in or like be like there's a hierarchy, and we really just want it to be like a party, like everybody's here together having a good time. And yeah, that's what it's about.
I
for
love
us.
that. That's really feel good. Where's the most bizarre place that you've ever played a show?
Oh god.
I'm gonna have to say my pick would be the Cesspool Castle.
That was my pick. Yeah.
It's a dangerous pick. Yeah.
So whenever we first started playing shows, this was like one of our first out of town shows. We played at this place called the Cesspool Castle, which was really like a dark, dingy
Is
basement.
that really the name of
Yeah.
It was. It was.
They were embracing a vibe.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were very
Yeah.
friendly.
Yeah.
I just want to say
Yeah.
that they treated us very well.
Okay.
Gene is the nicest guy.
Shouts out Gene.
But I also want to say it did feel like a dungeon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We weren't prepared for it either. It was like our second show ever outside of the town where we went to college. So it's so fixed in our mind how crazy it was.
There was a stray cat.
Multiple stray cats.
Multiple stray cats, and at the end of the show, I turn around to get my amp, and there's just a cat turd on it.
Welcome. Wow.
That's pretty weird.
Okay. What's coming up in the near future for you guys after tour and obviously after the album? What's the plans beyond that?
Well, we're gonna be playing some more during the later summer,
Mm-hmm.
but we're also gonna just try to get back to writing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Start working on the next thing.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're going everywhere though. This is the year that we are gonna finally go play shows in places like Austin that we've never had proper shows in. So a lot of traveling this year. Moses and I are getting married to other people in May and June.
Okay.
So we've got we're just in a real hectic time right now, which is cool.
So 2020 is your year.
Yeah, it feels
Yeah.
like it is.
Yeah.
It really feels like it. There's good
That's awesome.
good energy going around. So
Yeah. Well, cool. That's all I've got for you. I appreciate you guys taking a few minutes. I hope that everybody takes time to catch the new album, March 6th. Check out the new videos and tour schedules. We'll post that with the video. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
you. Yeah.
Let's go see a show.
Let's do it.
All right.
All together.